So this product right here is the reason why there is no excuse for shit internet anymore. Hey everybody and welcome back. My name's Chris and today we are looking at the Starlink Mini in Ireland. If you watched my previous video on Starlink, you'll see that my family and I decided to get Starlink for our little holiday home as we were using it for streaming films, TV shows and just general use for work as well. And we had been using little dongles and we'd been getting awful speeds. And we decided to get Starlink and it massively improved the internet down in our holiday home. Whereas on the dongles we were getting like 4 to 5 megabits per second. Whereas now with Starlink we're getting like 200, which is unbelievable. And just in the past few weeks here, I've noticed that Starlink is now down in price. So you can buy it through Starlink directly and it is £189. If you do it that way, you will set up your account and everything there. I bought this one through Curry's. It's the same price at £189. I have been eyeing it for a little while, but I always thought $399 was a little bit steep for the mini kit, but when it came down in price I was like, you know what, let's get it, let's test it out for a video. And what I'm going to be using it for is basically on the go in my van, and if I'm ever out on site doing photography or videos and I maybe need to look up something, I have the option of Starlink, because there's a lot of times where I'm out remotely, and especially in Northern Ireland here where I am, very remote locations with really bad internet, and there's just no excuse for that anymore. And this here is going to come in really handy for when I'm out and about and on the job. So yes, I've decided to buy the Starlink Mini Kit for the Roam package that they offer, but this could be a great solution for anyone who lives in the sticks and they don't want the bigger dish from Starlink for whatever reason. I'm going to do a little unboxing here now and show it off and just show you how small it is. The great thing about Starlink Mini is that it's all in one, so the router and everything is built into the dish itself. So yeah, let's get it open and see what it's like. Okay, so as I said, I picked this up like last week. Been waiting to do a video on it. So yeah, let's get it open. Very sort of minimal packaging, a few pull tabs here. Which I already messed up. I think there's one more here that there we go. So I am going to be using Starlink out and about. It's going to be good for when I'm on site and I do need an internet connection, when I don't have any phone service, or if I need to upload something there and then, like a video that needs to be put out quite quickly. So I'm going to do the unboxing here, show you everything that we get in the box. And then I'm going to take it out to a little forest, one of my favourite forests called Gortin Glens, and show you how well it works. So yeah, let's get opening. Okay, so opening the box, we have some instructions up here. We have our, put this out of the way, we have our little UK power plug here. Perfect. We have what I'm guessing is the stand for the bottom of the Starlink. And then we have the Starlink Mini itself. Holy crap, this is so small. Oh wow. Nice little bit of, and this is it here. Like that is tiny. Like so small and really thin too. That's the back of it. That'll fold down. That's the little stand. I thought that was the stand there, but that's obviously something else. So let me just move it back here. So yeah, we could have it sitting down like there. What else is in the box? We have the cable that goes in from the plug to the back of the dish itself. Yeah, there's a little input in there. I can't get over the size of this. This is crazy. I did bring an A4 sheet in to see. So yeah, it's a little bit more than an A4 sheet. Like, so there's the A4 sheet, and I'm just going to cover that over. So as you can see, it stops a little bit small, but that is amazing. Like, that is so portable. I knew it was small from when I seen it in person. I seen it in person at IFA last year in Germany. I couldn't get over the size of it, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is game changing for people that are maybe out in the wilderness, or somebody who wants like a little, maybe somebody who's in a nomad kind of lifestyle, a digital nomad, kind of out and about in the sticks, kind of working from a van or whatever, or just people maybe on construction sites that need an internet connection and they don't want to have any like cables having to be dug underground or anything like that. Like, the technology in this is incredible, and as I said at the start, there's no excuse for shit internet anymore. Yeah, this is incredible. Let me just pop this box down. I'm trying to figure out what this is actually for. I think it's part of the stand. Yeah, maybe this is if you want to mount it to somewhere. Just looking on the yeah, so this is a mounting plate. This here is to help you if you want to mount it to a pole, or I'd say some of the Starlink accessories. Yeah, that's cool. For me, I'm just going to be using the little stand that comes with it. So yeah, that's essentially it there. Like, it's so small. You could, there's the little stand on the back of it there. I actually can't get over the size of it. Like, and I've obviously been doing a little bit of research and seeing people getting unbelievable speeds. Like, it's absolutely amazing. Let me see if I can get this to focus. There we go. So yeah, it's just an amazing size. And then obviously you can just plop it down on the ground. Incredible. I'm literally going to be taking this out into the sticks, so you're probably wondering how I'm going to power it. Starlink do have an accessory that you can plug it directly into your car cigarette port. On the end of the cables here, you'll see that these aren't USB-C or anything. Let me just show you the two inputs here. So these are the two inputs, but you can buy some accessories. I'll pop them up on the screen here to show you that you can obviously change this from the power end of the Starlink into like USB-C or into a lighter, so for the 12 volt in your car. I'm going to show you how I intend to power it, so give me 1 second. Okay, so here we have the DJI Power 1000, and I'm going to be taking this out with me. This is another incredible piece of gear that I've had now for a little while. Anytime I might fly my drones, I use the little quick charge on here, which is amazing. So I'm going to power this using, I'm going to power Starlink using this out in Gortin Glen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you out to the forest. I'm going to set everything up here so that we're good to go when we get out there. And just because there'll be some personal details and stuff in there, I'm just going to show you how unbelievable this technology is, and if you're thinking about investing in it, hopefully this will either convince you to get it or not to get it, and hopefully it'll not be a waste of money. Now, it is quite expensive. I need to double check the prices, because when we are in Southern Ireland, it's in euros, and it's a completely different price, whereas in Northern Ireland with pounds it's different. So I'm actually going to set up a separate account just to do the UK one, as the other one is linked to myself and my dad, so I'm going to keep this one separate. But yeah, when I get it set up and get everything up and going, I'll let you know how much it is per month. It is a 30-day rolling contract, so you can cancel any time on Roam, which is incredible. So yeah, let's get out to the forest and get everything set up. Hey everybody, so it's the next day and fresh haircut if you're wondering why I look different. We are now out at Gortin Glens Forest Park here. A beautiful little park just outside my hometown of Omagh. We have Starlink set up. I'm going to show you my setup here after I show you the speed test and stuff like that, just to show you how it can be done. I'll also show you the shop on the app to show you the little accessories that you can get for Starlink Mini. It is raining right now, and I'm in the van and I have the Starlink Mini going out the window. I'll show you the little setup after, but I'm just going to jump into the app here now that we've got everything set up, and we'll talk about pricing. But the first thing we're going to do is a speed test. So where I am right now, I was going to bring my drone, but I've actually sold my drone to buy a new one. So I'm going to throw in some footage here of where I currently am. It's a beautiful place, as you'll see from the drone footage here. Okay, so for our first speed test here, let's see what we're going to get here. It's kind of jumping up there a little bit. Okay, so 121 down. Let's see what the upload speed is going to be. Okay, 14 upload and a 29 millisecond latency. That's pretty impressive for where I am right now. I'm going to take you outside here to show you the setup of it, and yeah, I'm really impressed by that speed, considering my sister, who lives not too far away from my parents, is getting like 5 megabyte directly to her house. Our internet infrastructure over here in Northern Ireland hasn't really been fully upgraded for the whole country. Now, some places, like for me, for example, I'm getting 1 gigabit speeds, whereas my sister is literally getting 5. If she had something like this and just put it outside, or even Starlink, the normal version, she could potentially be getting a lot more than that is actually being directly wired into her house, which absolutely blows my mind. Like, there is literally no, I know I keep saying this, but there's no excuse for bad internet anymore, especially with technology like this. Now, don't get me wrong, Starlink, you are going to have a few disconnections, but if you're comparing 5 megabytes to this, like, it's absolutely mad. So yeah, let me take you outside and I'll show you the setup here. Okay, so this is the setup here. We have the DJI Power 1000. We're plugged in here, 95%. It's saying we have about 20 hours left on that. The output from the Starlink is around 24 watts. Like, that's 24, 25. And then at the minute, I'm literally just taking it and running it out my window. And here we have Starlink here, and then I'm going to show you where I currently am. Like, it's absolutely mad that I can get this internet speed out here in the middle of nowhere, and my sister is struggling in her home house. So yeah, Starlink plugged out here. It's going in through the van, and I'll just show you ignore the mess of my van. This is what we have here in terms of speed, and yeah, that's the simple setup of it all. The other thing I didn't show last night is, like, there's a little thing here, if I can get this a little bit closer to focus. You can pull this out here. Let me just pull it out, and it actually reveals an Ethernet port. So if you did want to plug something in directly to the dish via Ethernet, to get even faster speeds, that is also an option. So I know this is really hard to show off. I'm just looking at my monitor here, so apologies. So yeah, there's the Ethernet port in there, if it'll focus for us. But yeah, so you do have the option of an Ethernet port beside the power port as well, and it's literally just held in with this little boyo here, so that kind of covers it up when you're not using it, so probably a little bit of weather protection. Okay, so let's talk about pricing of Starlink Mini. You have two options. Obviously, you've got the residential or roam, and at the moment we're using residential on a Gen 2. If you want to check out my other video, I'll leave a little link around here somewhere. And it's actually cheaper in Southern Ireland to the UK, up here in Northern Ireland. It's £75 a month, whereas I think we're paying like €50 or something like that there. Not sure what the reasoning behind that is, especially when you're on the one island, but we'll not get into Irish politics, or we'll be here for a very long time. Yeah, so the residential starts at 75, whereas the roam starts at 50. I'm just going to go into order now for roam, because this is essentially what a lot of people will use the Mini for, if they didn't want to go down and get the bigger dishes for roaming. So in the UK, the monthly charge for roam with 50 gigabyte is £50 a month. This is the one that I have signed up for. If you wanted unlimited, it's £96 a month, and that is expensive depending on your circumstances. If you're using it every single day, every month, out and around, depending on your lifestyle, that's probably going to be worth it. If you're using it once or twice, maybe a month, or maybe like a week at a time, if you're maybe in a camper van or something like that, it's probably not going to be worth it, especially if you're paying for internet at home as well. So yeah, pricing is a little bit all over the place, depending where you get it. The Starlink Mini kit itself at the moment is £189 directly through Starlink. I got mine's at Curry's and paid the same price. So I purchased it through Curry's and have signed up, set everything up myself, rather than going through Starlink. So you do have to take that into consideration, that you have to buy the equipment and then you're paying monthly. So I think £189 is a really good deal. It was £399, and it's actually more expensive than the normal bigger dishes, which you can get faster speeds on. But I think it has a lot more going for it in terms of like portability, etc. So that's probably why it was priced at $399. I think $189 is definitely a better price for it. But yeah, so currently I'm just doing the 50 gigabytes for now, depending on how much I'll use it, and I will potentially update it down the line. So yeah, it's expensive depending on your situation and if you're going to get the use out of it. If you're using it every single day, £96 is probably going to be worth it. If you're out and about and you are using it on that roam package, it's probably most likely 100% going to be worth it, especially if you run a business from it and you are kind of like a digital nomad, as they would call them, and you're moving around constantly. For now, the 50 gigabytes is going to be enough for me. I'm probably going to turn it off and on, so that's always a good thing, that you have that option of doing it. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about the pricing and how it is priced. Okay, so let's jump into the shop and look at some of the accessories that we can get for the Starlink Mini. Here we have the router Mini, £38 for a really small separate router. Now the router is actually built into the Mini already, but if you did want to maybe extend your internet coverage and say maybe if you're using it in a house or a holiday home or anywhere like that, you could use that. Look up some videos on it. It's so small, like I couldn't get over the size of it when I seen the videos of it. Like really cool. You have a mini travel kit if you wanted to take it around with you and travel with it, maybe on airplanes if you want to go to another country. We have the mini car adapter, something I will potentially get at a later date for plugging into the 12-volt cigarette lighter, so I don't have to maybe bring the DJI Power 1000 all the time, because it's quite big. We have a 5-meter mini USB-C cable. That could be used for plugging in to high power USB inputs. We have a mini mobility mount. This could be good if you wanted to mount it directly to the roof. So another little cool accessory. They're not, like, the accessories aren't too expensive. The car adapter is expensive, but I think for the space it'll save, it'll be worth it. And then, yeah, we just have a few other kind of different options here of installation, and then you can obviously buy the bigger routers as well, but the little small one is super cool. Definitely recommend going and taking a little look at it. So yeah, I'm just kind of blown away by how we can get internet absolutely anywhere now, and without having to dig holes into like your home or lay cables going directly into your home. Like, this is incredible technology, and it's only going to get better. And yeah, as I said, like, no excuse for bad internet anymore, like, especially when you're getting speeds like this out in the middle of a forest park. Like, that's just unreal. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. I am going to do a little bit more testing over the coming months. And if you have any questions, please let me know. So just kind of like a little quick look at it and setup, and a little example of it working in the middle of nowhere. Let me know what you think yourself. If you have any questions, if you'd like, please feel free to subscribe. I do videos on technology, gadgets, camera gear, a little bit of everything. And yeah, if you like it, please subscribe. If not, no harm. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks so much for watching.